Here we are then with part 2 of my team career mode with Lotus Mercedes F1 team in F1 2021. Thank you so much for the support on part 1 of the series. It seems you guys much preferred the longer format, and actually more people than ever stuck around actually watching it this time. Maybe me talking about the low audience retention psychologically tuned you to watch it. But yeah, since the last episode, not a lot has happened. We went ahead and we did put some updates in progress. So we've got 2 major ones coming in throughout May. We got a major chassis weight redistribution engine cover update, and then the aerodynamic drag reduction streamlined suspension arms coming in for the end of May. If nobody else progresses before those updates are in, then you know we will be up towards where Aston Martin, AlphaTauri, Alpine are. And that's where I sort of want our level to be by the end of this season. Let's be competing for low end of points. We're certainly not going to be competing for podiums and race wins this season. It is going to be, you know, a gradual process. These 10 race seasons are having a little bit of an effect on our engine wear. We're already 57% on our control electronics, so that's difficult to look at. I think we're maybe going to have a little look at the durability throughout the rest of this this season to try and get that up there, because if it's not, then we're going to be in a real pickle. So we are able to make this one though, the improved material, so why don't we go for that one, try and improve our gearbox reliability as we go forward. But it's going to be a wet qualifying session today in Portimao, so let's get out there and pump some laps in. Short qualifying again. I think it worked quite well last time, but look at the weather. That is going to be full wet conditions, no doubt about it. So it's all going to be about pumping the laps in and getting a good position on the grid. There we are, Nico Hulkenberg ready and raring to go.
Okay, with conditions as they...
Here we come then, round the final corner, and it's all going to be about how flat we can take it, a little lift and then fully flat up the hill, and here we come. It's a 1:31.7, which is enough for 3rd place at the moment, so quite a bit slower than Ricardo, who is leading the way. But I think we can vastly improve on that. We have filled the car with fuel, so hopefully we can go out there and show what we're capable of. Well, here we come up to the line, 3rd lap that we've been on. It's not going to be much of an improvement, which is a pity. Moving on to lap 4 now. Well, here we come, lap 5, and we're half a second up this time, and that pushes us through into 14th place.
7th row of the grid.
That's pretty good. So let's get into the pits. Might be becoming intermediate conditions very soon, so we might be able to take a little risk. Well, I think maybe a 1 lap too early for the intermediate tyres, 1 more lap, and I think we would have absolutely smashed it. But coming up to the line, we set a slower lap time, but we still qualify in 15th position, which I think, you know, we'll definitely take at this stage with Lotus. I think we have qualified our teammate as well, which is always good.
Top 3, Bottas, Hamilton and Sergio Perez. Goodbye for now then, but we're really just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
But you know, if we went out there and the intermediate tyres worked, we could have been up into the top 10 really. But that's just the way it goes. So let's see how we get on in the race tomorrow.
The Formula One circus has made its way to the southern coast of Portugal this week, and it's preparing for what I expect to be a terrific race here in Portimao. So Portimao features 15 turns over the course of its 2.9-mile length. 9 are right-handers, 6 are to the left. And this is a track with a lot of uphill action, which only accentuates the importance of getting those exits right, especially at turn 4, where a good line can present opportunities to pass on the way into turn 5. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box. And it's fantastic to have you with us here today, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
But from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn 1. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course, you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you, so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Ricciardo, Lando Norris, and Verstappen, Gasly, Fernando Alonso, Sainz, and Sebastian Vettel, Ocon, Tsunoda, Sergio Perez, and Stroll, the owner driver, Raikkonen, George Russell, and Mick Schumacher, Giovinazzi, Alesi, Latifi, and Nikita Mazepin. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
Here we are down on the track then, ready and raring to go. We are going to be going soft, then mediums, just trying to make sure we stick with the guys in front. And a good start is imperative here, so let's see how we get on. Lights out, away we go here in Portimao. It's a decent start off the grid, and we come over to cover Kimi Raikkonen, who's had an excellent start. As we go into the first corner, we've got to watch our front wing. It looks like Vettel's lost, Stroll, sorry, has lost a bit of his front wing. As we now head round the outside. And that was a nice little move. It was probably worth the corner cutting warning there. And Vettel now having a little look at Sergio Perez, and we're taking avoiding action now round the outside, but that gives us a better exit than Vettel out of that corner, but he seems to have better acceleration. But we have got a small chance, but that chance goes begging. But a decent start, we've gained 2 positions up to 13th now. Okay, so here we come, starting lap 5. Valtteri Bottas has retired from the race, so we have moved up a position, up to 12th now. We are well ahead of George Russell behind, but currently we're unable to make any inroads on Sebastian Vettel.
We're leading our teammate by 9.5 seconds.
So we're kind of hoping for a safety car so that we can switch up the strategy a little bit. Annoying to lose our second track extension opportunity there. Under absolutely no pressure. So now we got to hold everything together and make sure that we don't cross that white line. That was very close there, and we're off into the gravel. That is a terrible series of corners for us. And now we put ourselves under pressure to George Russell behind. Okay, we're going to come into the pits this lap. Our tyres do seem to be going well off the boil because everybody seems to be catching up to us. So we're coming into the pits, getting on a fresh set of medium tyres, and hopefully that will help us out in you know, undercutting George Russell a little bit in the sense that, you know, he should not get anywhere near us. There we go, we are out and in clear air as well, well ahead of Yuki Tsunoda and Lance Stroll. So as soon as we can get these tyres up to temperature, we should be able to push on and hopefully not make mistakes like that. That nearly ended hairily. Well, unbelievably, we've only come out 1.4 seconds ahead of George Russell, so this isn't great because he's now going to be able to make a move on us, you feel. We were 6 seconds ahead of him before we went into that gravel trap. Oh, that's looking costly, right? George Russell on our inside here. We go round the outside and snuff him out, but it only seems a matter of time before he's going to pass us. But not a lot of action in this race at the moment. We are just hanging on to 12th position as it stands.
The turbocharger is on its last legs. Let's try to keep mileage on it to a minimum.
Well, there goes George Russell again, but we managed to defend dutifully down the inside. Our engine is getting worse and worse here. Let's have a little look. Oh dearie me, control electronics and the ICE into the 70s now. No wonder we have lost all pace in this Grand Prix. Okay then, we are approaching the final lap of this Grand Prix. We're now keeping Russell and Kimi Räikkönen behind. Carlos Sainz is in the pits. I'm not entirely sure why that is, but that's another position for us to make. So here we come. Are we going to be able to get past? I think we are, because he's just coming into the pits now. There you go, he's leaving the pit box. So we're up to 11th. And here comes Kimi Räikkönen potentially. He's had a little look on George Russell behind, but Russell manages to stay in front. But if there are any problems up ahead for any of the guys, then this is the battle for the final point.
Okay, gap ahead is 16.8
I'm
seconds.
not saying there will be any problems, but then I didn't think there'll be any problems for Sainz. But Lewis Hamilton has won the Portuguese Grand Prix at an absolute canter, and he has been imperious today. Oh, a little incident there. Russell makes contact and we're now nearly 3 wide going through there, but I think we're okay. We've just about hung on. But Räikkönen is now the car behind us, but don't think he's going to have the pace to slipstream us before the line, so we need to take a nice wide entry into this final corner. So here we come. We are going to be the 11th finisher of this Grand Prix. How crucial could that be come the end of the season? An 11th place. We cross the line.
All right,
And
race
that's
over.
not too
Take
bad,
care of
to
the
be
car on
honest,
the
for
way
our
in.
second Grand Prix. We'll take that.
It's a performance that our Portuguese Grand Prix winners can be justifiably proud of, and I'm sure there'll be celebrations tonight. Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
I'd say it was down once again to good, consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions and perfecting the team's strategies. They got all of these things right today and the results speak for themselves.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today. And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. Max Verstappen should be pleased with his performance, making gains at the top of the table. Some amazing talent out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Well, there was a lot of incredible driving out there today, Crofty, but if I had to pick someone, it's got to be Sergio Perez. Fantastic driving.
Let's move on to the constructors. It was a tough race for our championship leaders who lose ground at the top of the table. Another team that excelled today was Williams, who make further progress up the table. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Well, there we have it then, up to 14th in the driver's standings now. Constructors standings, we are up to 8th as well. You know, can't be too disappointed with that. Of course, we'd love to finish 6th at the end of the year, but that's going to take a lot of work. We're a 5th of the season down already. And we're just not at that performance level. Certainly in the race, qualifying, not too bad, but our race pace definitely needs some work. But finishing 11th, I think we can be thrilled with that. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode. I know it's been a little bit shorter than we planned, but hey, sometimes there isn't any action in the race, and that's absolutely fine sometimes. But yeah, that's where we'll leave it for today. If you have enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up down below, subscribe for more F1 content, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.